One of the best ways for you as a photographer or videographer to find new clients is through social media. So today I want to break down exactly how you can do that. Hi, my name is Delaney. I'm a photographer and videographer based in Toronto, Ontario. I currently have about 40,000 followers on TikTok and I think around 25 on Instagram. And these days I would say about 90% of the connections I make and the clients I find are through social media. It's pretty well known that platforms like TikTok and Instagram are some of the best ways of finding new clients. But if you've been posting on these platforms for a little while and you haven't really seen much traction, then it can be pretty frustrating. So let me walk you through some strategies for reaching your client base. And you don't even have to go viral to be successful with this. The first thing you need to do to reach your audience is figure out who your target audience actually is. Narrowing this down is important because if you are trying to target everyone, you're not actually going to reach anyone. So take a look at your business and figure out exactly what person you need to reach. If you're a wedding photographer, you want to be reaching newly engaged women, probably 25 to 35, who are in your area. If you want to get into real estate photography, you want to be reaching realtors in your area. This is important for you to keep in mind because everything you do on your platform, from what you post to what your captions say to what your bio looks like, need to be constructed with this specific audience in mind. So now you know who your target audience is. Now let's optimize your profile so that when people go to it, they can recognize immediately that you're a professional in their area and you're available to book. This sounds obvious, but you got to remember that people aren't going to know automatically what you do and that your services are available. First thing to do if you haven't already is on Instagram, change your profile to a business profile so you can add a tagline for what your business does and set that to photographer or videographer. This instantly makes you look more credible. Another thing a lot of people do is set their profile name to what they do instead of their name. So instead of Will Delaney, it would say Toronto wedding photographer. This not only makes it super clear what you do, but it optimizes your profile for searching because now when people type Toronto wedding photographer into their search bar, your name has a chance to show up. Now your bio should speak to what you do. It can be creative or witty or straight to the point, but it should narrow down what you've already said from the name. So if your title says wedding photographer, narrow that down. What specifically do you like to shoot? What's your style? What's something unique about the way you do wedding photography? Maybe you put vintage wedding photographer. I don't know. Then the bottom line in your bio should be a call to action to the link. Something like now booking summer 2024 or book your session now, and then the link to where they can actually reach you and book you. Below that, you can use the Instagram highlights to feature certain services that you offer. This is great for photography because you can have one little bubble for portraits, one for weddings, one for events. That's the way I do it. Oh, and you need to have a nice profile photo. If you're a photographer, you should have a professionally taken photo of yourself. Okay, so your profile is looking good. It's ready for clients to see. Now, what should you be posting? This is going to vary for everyone depending on the type of audience you're trying to reach, but for now, you should definitely be posting short form video. Short form videos are the best way to reach new people right now because with the way the algorithm works, both on Instagram and TikTok, is that no matter how many views your video gets, about 80 to 90% of those views are going to be people who are not following you, which means every time you post a short form video, you're reaching a bunch of new faces, even if you aren't getting a ton of views yet. Now, photo posts are still great for hitting your own audience of followers, but they're not going to reach that many new people. So start making videos, but not just any old videos. They have to keep people's attention and they have to provide some kind of value. As a wedding photographer, this can be as simple as making a video like 3 questions to ask your photographer before the wedding, or how much should you spend on wedding photography? Remember, if you've been working in your niche for a little while, even if you don't feel like an expert, you probably know a lot more than the average person, so share that information. Doing this also shows your potential clients that you're on their side. You're not trying to hide anything. You're trying to provide them with as much information as possible. And it gives them that added value over just posting a nice photo. All right, so now you're posting and getting people's attention, which is great. The next thing you need to do is constantly remind people what your services are and that you are available to book. You need to be regularly sharing something about your services in your captions or on your Instagram story, because you have to remember most of your followers aren't seeing everything you post. And on top of that, most people need to see something a few times before they decide to buy it. So every week you need to be reminding your followers what you do, that you're available for booking, and that you're filling up spots. I know it might feel like you're being a little bit spammy with it, but if you're only posting about your services once or twice a month, you're going to get very few people following up with you. So now you have a roadmap for posting about your business. The next and final key thing is to do it consistently and don't stop. So many people give up on social media because they tried posting consistently for a month, or they posted on and off for a year and they didn't get the following that they wanted. Even after a year of posting consistently, you probably won't have the thousands and thousands of followers that you want. I posted my photos on and off for years, and it took me posting my reels consistently for months before I went from around 600 followers to about 3,000 followers. And then I was stuck at 3,000 followers for like a year, even though I was posting consistently. But then I had a few really successful videos in a row and I jumped from 3,000 followers to where I am now. All I'm saying is don't stop posting because you don't see immediate results. This stuff takes time. So if you do all these things, you're guaranteed to look more professional online, and hopefully if you do them for long enough, you're gonna build up a following of clients that want to support you and hire you for your services. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped. I'll catch you in the next one.